So this Star Wars hot takes is another one for my phone. It's a little bit of an image. So I wanted to make a commentary on this. And it's somebody's hot take from TikTok. And I'm being serious. Like, these images are real. Like, these are from the place. You'll see Star Wars Hot Take Trilogy. Progressively Get Hotter, Part 4. Alright? No comment on anything about this thing, alright? No comments. Well, you can leave a comment, but no comments on any of these comments, but we'll say something as a commentary. So the first take is 10%. I don't know what this is. But it says, the Death Star 2 was incredibly lazy on the writer's part. I guess I could agree. I'm not really disagreeing, but I don't really, care that much. But yeah, if you try to not, if you look over the lazy part and just try to say this logically happened in the story, I say that is an incredible feat from the bad guys. Anyways, the next part is 20%. Rex is easily a better character than Cody. Now, I don't really care about this that much. I'm not a part of the Dave Filoni pandering, whatever that word is called. So I don't really care. But yeah, it's only because the expanded material does seem to make the story a bit more iffy, especially in the main movies. If you only watch the main Star Wars movies, but I'm not nothing too, no reason to get too stubborn over that in my part. But yeah, I ain't saying nothing about that. Or not that much. But 30% says Mace Windu needs to stay dead, let it go. This does make sense. You can only do like comics, and maybe you could do animated parts with voice actors, or maybe you don't want to get the real actor for Samuel L. Jackson. But yeah, Mace Windu, I say he's dead. He did his part. Well, maybe it wasn't much, but yeah, I'd say Genndy Tartakovsky and probably some of the books during the prequels definitely should have served enough Mace Windu content once you open that Pandora's box. No credit given to Dave. We're not giving any credit to Dave Filoni because it's funny. So the 40% is the N1 Starfighter is the best looking starfighter in Star Wars. I'm not here to agree to disagree, but I say they look pretty cool, so I'm not here to completely disagree. They're nice looking vehicles, And even if you know the backstory, well, with the artist, because I know this Ralph McQuarrie as the popular concept artist to Star Wars, but during the prequels they got Doug Chang, and yeah, he talked about history of cars changing from industrial boxes into more sleek designs, especially with the cars you see them in like the 90s, changing from the 60s, 70s, 80s to the 90s and 2000s, and from now on. So it does, it makes sense. Nothing too crazy, but yeah, they look nice. I think they sound nice too. I'd say the Vulture droids sound nicer, but I'm just moving on right now to the next part. 50% says alien Jedi and Sith over human Jedi and Sith. And yeah, I could agree to disagree with this 50%. I say this is pretty funny too. Only because the one interesting alien Jedi that I know about, well, I know a little about, but it's Legends material from when Luke Skywalker became, the Jedi ruler. He said that he's more or less strict than, the prequel era of the Jedi. Past the Old Republic, they were more strict. You can tell from Anakin, and during his time when he was a Jedi before Darth Vader, the Jedi were pretty strict with him and everybody else. They were all celibates. Luke was okay with, you guys can smash cheeks, have families, and clap people, or all that weird stuff. Well, not weird stuff. All that private business they can do, because Luke is not that strict. He doesn't have a stick up his butt. But the one funny alien Jedi that I liked and heard about was there's an alien Jedi that will eat their bad guys, and they're still Jedi. I think maybe they ate a Sith. I don't know much about it. Please do look it up. Look up Star Wars Legends. Alien Jedi, lizard Jedi that eat people, bad guys, or Sith, bad Sith. But I would go 50-50 on this one, because it just depends. I would say it depends on the story, but there's too much of it. I say there's enough story. There's to go too crazy about. Okay. Next part, we got 60%. HVV is better game mode than Hero Showdown. I don't really care to agree or disagree on this because I don't know what this is talking about. Could be Battlefront, Battlefront 2, Battlefront 3, but it is what it is. So I got nothing to say on this other than the picture looks pretty cool. It's a cool prequel picture. The next part is 70%. Grand Moff Tarkin is a better villain than Darth Vader in A New Hope. I'll agree on this one. The Rogue One, will pretend that movie doesn't exist. No shade if you like that movie, but in the first movie, yeah, Grand Moff Tarkin was pretty much, a top tier villain. He's got a bit of that Gus Fring energy. It's like a Gus Fring, Tuco Salamanca type ordeal, more oriented version of it. But yeah, Grand Moff Tarkin, man, he was the man. He only had one movie and one movie only. There were no comics, no extended media, no Dave Filoni media, and yeah, he was pretty cool. Shout out to the actor, freaking almost. I think he played Doctor Who in a Dalek movie, but yeah, pretty cool, huh? That was before Count Dooku actor got in. Still, yeah, I agree with it because then Vader had to step up when he got struck out, and he went to strike back. So, props to Vader from passed on, but he was still a dog. He was still cool in that movie too, in A New Hope. He showed up, kicked some ass, got his ass kicked, then went back to go kick some more ass, and yeah, the rest is history. Next part, 80%. We got A New Hope is severely underrated and easily the second best movie in the franchise. I agree with this one, only because I like this movie, and I also said I like The Force Awakens, but if anything, I'd definitely put the first Star Wars on top over The Force Awakens. Even though I would enjoy it guiltily, super guiltily, The Force Awakens I would enjoy watching over and over again. But I'd say Star Wars, yeah, the first one I'd enjoy again too. I mean, just me looking at these art posters, like, this is biased. This is a biased opinion, but I like the art posters. I remember, I think it was Drew Struzan, the artist, who, he's not doing art more. He got sick. Hopefully he's doing better, and hopefully, he's, resting easy, because, a long time ago, mainly like about 10 years ago, there was a Force Awakens teaser poster that was drawn by the guy who made the official, at least the official prequel posters. It looked really cool for the Force Awakens that he did. And then the other two or three artists that made the original drawn posters from the first Star Wars, yeah, I like. They just give up a lot of great energy, because it's also like the comics too. Man, the original Marvel comic run. I like all that art, and yeah, I'd say second best movie. I'd say yeah, that'd be true. I put it in first. I mean, I don't mind Empire, but yeah, I wouldn't say. Oh, but to end the point off, I wouldn't say it's underrated, because I know it's a bit of a mix when it comes to how Star Wars is now, but yeah, I definitely put the first Star Wars, A New Hope, over Mandalorian, even though the movie hasn't come out yet. But it's a super guesstimation that I will be right. So to finish off the video before I hit the 10-minute mark, 90% is Darth Maul is a better character than Palpatine. I don't really care to agree to disagree, but what I can say is he looks cool. I could definitely understand why. I'd say since Dave Filoni doesn't exist in my mind with his material, yeah, Darth Maul was a pretty cool character. Probably not better, in my opinion, only because I think Emperor Palpatine is a lot funnier. But oh my gosh, I got a loud screaming in my ear. Sorry. But yeah, I understand where this could be coming from. Darth Maul's just cooler, but he's not as funny as Palpatine. And then the 100% hot take is Revenge of the Sith is easily the most overrated movie in Star Wars and is not top 3. I could agree on this one. I enjoyed watching this movie like 2 times in the theater when it came out last year, almost a year over. But I mean, I probably would put it for my. I'd probably be almost close. It'd probably be on my top three because I don't know any other. Well, I would do a troll list, but yeah, I probably would be right under the top three. But yeah, I wouldn't say it's overrated because when it comes to Star Wars, a lot of things can't really seem overrated, especially how everything has changed. But yeah, that's the whole list. This is gonna be a nightmare to edit because I have to get all these pictures out from my phone into my computer and then put them on this freaking CapCut. But yeah, just a funny app, eh? Just hope I don't have to play any games while. Oh, I don't have to do game. Hopefully, I don't have to do gameplay over this as a commentary.